We're joined now in studio with head coach June Jones. Coach, could this, if you had planned it, could this bye have come at a better time?
Well, I've always been a believer that byes later in the season are better for you. Whenever we were in the National Football League, you liked them in late November, early December for that final run. And this time, you know, you have always a lot of owies and a lot of little injuries that you'd like to get back. And we've got 2 byes, so we got a chance to get well for the run.
Is there anyone in particular that you're worried about in regard to their health right now?
Well, not really. Michael Lafayette, you know, has battled through a kind of a tear in his hamstring. Cole, of course, with his ankle. And Devon got a little dinged in this game, so it's good that we have this week off.
You are now looking at a perfect road record. That doesn't usually happen. Usually that's the kind of the slight against Hawaii. Why do you think that you found that success away from home?
Well, you know, the last few years, the camaraderie and the chemistry of the team is what wins on the road for you. And our guys, I think, have stayed really focused and been really good. You know, I'm proud. I think most of that overall of the 8 or 9 years were almost 500, maybe a little over 500 in WAC games on the road, which is kind of mind-boggling when you think of what we have to do to go on the road.
Is there also maybe a factor of just endurance, the kind of team that you have that can last that long? Because that's a part of it, just the traveling and how it kind of takes a toll on their bodies.
Yeah, no, it does. And, you know, I wish we could go into Reno a week early and get used to the altitude and the weather and all that kind of stuff. But, you know, it's not doable. We're going to have to just show up and go play that last one. Hopefully we'll play good again.
A year ago at this time, you were celebrating a Hawaii Bowl berth at Utah State. This year, you guys have qualified, and yet I'm not really hearing the rumblings of that. Is that just because you guys are looking at a bigger picture?
I'm not. I wanted ESPN and told Jim Donovan I wanted to accept the Hawaii Bowl, you know, this week, because we've done that for right. 5 of the last 7 or 8 years. So I'm one of those believers you don't change when things are working. So we didn't do that. They elected not to do that. But we're pretty focused as a team. We're just looking at New Mexico State.
Colt Brennan this week also was named to the Senior Bowl. How important it is for him to be a part of that bowl game?
Well, for him personally, it's very important. I mean, that and the combine are the 2 things that you really get scrutinized by all the NFL people. And you know, he's had a great run here, and he deserves the opportunity to go show those people what he can do.
You said also earlier this week that Colt Brennan has every chance of winning the Heisman because of maybe national exposure, the tougher schedule. Is it also because not one player has really kind of showed up in the college ranks and kind of set himself apart yet?
Well, I've said this, that the reason he has a chance to win the Heisman is if we win all our games, and that's the only way he can win the Heisman. Is he deserving of it if we don't do that? Yeah, he is. He's the best college player in America, I think. But that doesn't mean he'll get it, just what I think. But if we win all our games, we want him because he's playing pretty good, and he'll have a shot to get in New York and win it.
New Mexico State head coach Hal Mumme, a couple words that he used to describe you: innovator. He said one of my heroes, and he also admitted that the first film that I probably spend the most time looking at is Hawaii. Do you think as coaches just constantly look at game film, can't they really dissect your offense? Is it that easy looking outside in?
Well, I mean, I'm the same way when I get his tapes in. You know, I think we're the 2 of us. We've known each other for a long time, and kind of stolen things from each other. And you know, he believes in winning football games the same way I believe in winning football games. And so, you know, I steal things from him, and he steals from me, and that's how you get better all the time. He's got a very efficient offensive football team. Unfortunately, they've had a quarterback, Chad Holbrook, that's been kind of beat up the last couple of weeks, and so they haven't played as well, but they're a good football team, and we're going to have to play well to beat them.
Yeah, he's very heavy on pass offense as well. They're 13th in the nation right now, and Chase Holbrook is like their Colt Brennan. He's broke a lot of school records, even 2 national records last year. What do you remember about the way he plays?
Well, I remember he's very accurate, and he does know what they're doing on their scheme. If you do this, he knows where to go with the ball, and I think that's why Hal was so excited when he got him back from Louisiana. So we're going to have our hands full. He'll probably be ready for our game. I don't know that he'll play this week, but he'll be ready for us.
They also have a receiver that I could see you recruiting junior wide receiver Chris Williams. He led the nation in receiving yards per game and receptions per game last year. This year he's got 11 TDs and he's averaging 106 yards receiving.
Well, he's one of the most exciting players in the country, and the people of Hawaii will find that out when he gets here. He's gonna do what he does, and he's gonna make a lot of yards. I had the opportunity to play golf with him at the WAC Media Day, and he's a great kid, and I wish he had we had known about him and maybe got him to come here.
Lastly, Coach, as we wrap things up, New Mexico State right now they're going to host Idaho this week, but they're 0-2 in the WAC. Got blown out, actually shut out by Boise State. Yet, what do you see as being their advantage when the Aggies come here?
Well, Woody Wittenhofer held us to the lowest output of yardage last year. He has been going against me since 1983 in the USFL. We coached together at the Detroit Lions. He is the steel curtain of the Pittsburgh Steelers. He's a very, very good defensive coach, and that challenge is always, every time we go against each other, we kind of know each other very well, and then the fact that Chad Holbrook is as good as he is going to be a challenge for our defense. Hopefully we can knock the ball out, get some sacks, do some things to make more big plays than they make, and if we can do that, hopefully we can win.
Coming up next, what does the future hold for Hawaii? We'll hear from their next 5 opponents. What do they think about the Warriors, and how are they gearing up to stop Colt and company?